What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video I got an ultrasonic cleaner here we're going to review. A good thing about this, hopefully, I haven't tested it out yet, but a good thing about this is the fact that it's only 40 bucks. So for a good entry level, if you're looking to get started, maybe this would be the thing for you. Now before we get into it, I actually got a really good test for it. As you see here, we got a carburetor. It's not the nastiest, dirtiest carburetor, but you can see it, has some nastiness in there, and there's some fuel on there. There's just some debris built up. But the problem is that this one has been sitting so long that it's pure jammed. This should be able to move pretty easy, but I can't even move it. I could take pliers and carburetor cleaner and eventually free it up, or put it in an ultrasonic cleaner, which I have at home. But we're going to test this. If this thing can free this up, I'd probably just recommend it as a starter. But without further ado, let's look right into it. So right off the bat, it shows a little bit of tools here. There's some gears and stuff, but most of the time people are going to buy these for jewelry or dentures or just random stuff like baby stuff. And this isn't really the mechanics ultrasonic cleaner. And we are going to use the GOAT of ultrasonic cleaners, Dawn Blue dish soap. So we're going to pop it open here, and we're just going to fast forward till where it's out. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll just unbox it. Now right off the first, has a plug. No ground on the plug at all. Just a standard 110 volt plug. Just throw the box aside. We got an instruction manual. Now, other small engine mechanics, like master mechanics, will say that with ultrasonic cleaners, you got to use distilled water. But if you look here, straight up says use tap water only. Technically, you can use whatever water you want. I don't care. I do like the fact that it tells you how they work, and it's sort of right in the opinion that the bubbles don't explode. They implode on themselves, causing a shock wave to push dirt around because of the ultrasonic vibrations. But enough of the instruction manual. We don't need to do it. Let's look at the machine. I like the clear glass, I guess. I don't think you really need to be looking at your machine, your object that you're cleaning in there. We got a basket, which is good, which is always good. The basket's plastic though, so over time that's going to get heated up. And this thing doesn't have a where you can turn up the heat if you need it hotter, or turn down the heat if you need it colder. I think it's one temperature. They also have one of these things. I guess you could put, if you wanted to, you can put bracelets and rings on there and wash them like that if we need this. I don't think we'll use that piece, but you never know. So we got our basket. Let's see if our carburetor even fits in there. Okay, a 2-stroke carburetor will fit in there long ways. Well, maybe even vertical. It's not as deep as you could get. Now if you're doing a 4-stroke carburetor, you might have to do the bowl. Maybe it could fit in there. I have to check, but I'm thinking 2 strokes and smaller 4-stroke carburetors would work fine in this. But this is our main test. If this thing could free this up, normally you'd have to heat it up to like 60 degrees Celsius and put it in there for 30 minutes. This only has a 5-minute max timer. It would free it up all day long. And I'm not going to take it apart. This carburetor is obviously junk. This is just a test for this bad bitch. And I'm going to let you guys know, honestly, if this is worth getting to start out with. So without further ado, let's take it over and fill it up. I'm going to show you guys that process right now. Now we will see how hot it gets with my thermometer here, and we'll see if it's going to be hot enough to actually do work. Right off the rip, I think this thing's big enough if you have to clean your meth pipe. It should be able to clean that all day long, so that's a plus if you're doing drugs. But we're mechanics here, and mechanics never touch drugs ever in their life. One thing I don't like is how white it is. Like, eventually your hands are going to be greasy. You're going to be putting in nasty stuff if you're doing this for mechanics. Like I said, this is really good if you need an ultrasonic cleaner for jewelry, like rings and stuff. But tools might not be the best thing. Now we are not going to use tap water here. We are just going to, let's see. So the time looks like it's 90 seconds, 180 seconds, 300 seconds, 480 seconds, and 600 seconds. So right off the bat, we're going to fill it up. We're not using tap water. We're just using purified water. It says don't go over the max line. Where's the max line at? Oh, right there, 1 bottle of water. So it only holds 16.9 fluid ounces. That's not a lot of water. Let's add that beautiful Dawn blue dish soap. Dawn needs to pay me. Dawn could sponsor me any day. Oh, look how beautiful and blue it is. Now we'll take the carburetor. Normally you would take this apart, take off the gaskets and all this other stuff, take this out. But I want to see if we can just free it up. So we're going to drop it down. Whoop. And it's supposed to be quieter too than a normal ultrasonic cleaner. But you're probably still going to hear that annoying buzz. Oh, I lightly pushed that. It's like touch sensor. That is pretty quiet actually. Well, let's take a look at it. Let's see how transparent it is. Oh, you can hear a fan in there too. Oh, that's touching. The carburetor went over the fill line. So with water, you can see it's starting to puddle up around here. So maybe go a little bit under the fill line. And let's see what the temperature is right now, right off the bat. Fresh start, 58 degrees cold. Just do a control test on the water bottle from the same area. 58 degrees cold, 58 degrees cold. Fahrenheit, by the way, Fahrenheit. So we'll check it out after the time has elapsed. I'm not seeing too much beautiful stuff going on. Bubbles are coming up. But yeah, let's put the lid on and we'll come back in about 5 minutes. Normally I'd run these things in here for 30 minutes, but we'll check in 5 minutes. Okay, first 5 minutes was done. Let's just take a look at it, see what we're looking at. Water still feels cold. Went up to about 66 from 58, so we'll probably run it again. Let's just see. Oh, look, it looks clean right here. It is getting the stuff. It's not freed up yet, but I think it needs to get hotter in order to do that. So we had it facing this way. Now we're going to put it down this way. And we'll set it to another 5 minutes. I like that it's all like really sensitive touch screen. That's a plus. But yeah, we'll run it again. See you in a minute. 10 minutes down. Doesn't feel hot on the outside, so that's good for kids. I can see there's some steam on the glass. And we'll do the finger test. Still cold. 75 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna put this at the front of the video for an intro. Look how clean this is. I cannot believe how clean this thing actually got with this ultrasonic cleaner. But yeah, as we're going through it, it is super clean now. I mean, I'm pretty damn impressed with, like, I mean, look at it. Look how clean that got. I'm impressed with how clean it actually is. Look, there's no blackness on there. No dirt and debris, so shit, that's cleaning. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run it. It says don't run it more than 30 minutes. We've only ran it 10 minutes. So I'm going to run it another 20 minutes off camera, and we're going to see how hot it gets. It's at 75 right now. I want it to hit 100, 120. That'd be ideal. And then we'll see if we can't free that up with pliers. But damn, it's cleaning. So thumbs up right there for a $40 cleaner. So let's run it again. But this will be off camera 4 more times. That's the pain in the ass part right there. I think it's a safety mechanism. Just a quick little update. Unlike most ultrasonic cleaners that I normally promote on this channel, like the one I use, you cannot adjust the time while it's running. On the one I have, you can. So you gotta turn it off to add more time to it. Ladies and gentlemen, moment of truth. It is not hot on the outside. And you can probably see some bubbles up here. But let's just do a test here. It's been about 30 minutes. Water is warm. And we're looking about 108 degrees Fahrenheit. So not bad. Let's pull up the carburetor and measure that. That's rocking 110. So, first impressions. I mean, after the first 2 runs here, I'm looking for a tool. The carburetor got pretty clean. I mean, it's solid. There's no dirt or debris on this thing at all. So it did clean that off. As you guys can see, remember there was black stuff right there. Now let's see. Oh, look at that. I didn't even have to use the tool. It's moving. Oh, that's so cool. So eventually it did free it up. That thing was on there pretty stuck. And that's just with the heat and the ultrasonic cleaner, it freed up the bubbles inside there. So anytime you got a carburetor that's really bad like that, that's stuck, instead of trying to break it and freeing it up, which I was about ready to bust out the pliers and attempt to free it up manually. But no, this thing, it worked. I mean, shit. It worked. That's a plus. Now you just rinse it off with water and then blow it out with an air compressor and then put it back on. You should be good to go. That's how it would be. So follow me back to the office for the final review. I'm going to go ahead and just unplug it and we'll drain it and use it in future videos maybe. So I'm not going to lie with you guys. Right off the gate, I thought, no way a $40 cleaner couldn't work the way I wanted to. I wish it could get a little hotter than what it was at. I didn't want to run it too much and blow it up. I believe if you're using this once in a while, or at least once a day, maybe twice a day, to clean a few carburetors, and you're not really needing a bunch of stuff going constantly, and you kind of don't want to piss off your housemates, I think this ultrasonic cleaner is really good. The main thing I have a problem with is that it's small. There's no heat indicator, and you can only set it at 5 minutes at a time. I honestly think that you need to run them for about 30 minutes, 15 minutes, you know, without having to go there and reset it every time. And the fact that you can't add time during it is really annoying. And I think the fire department's here. But eventually, it did free up the throttle. So, all in all, I would say it's link in the description if you guys want to get it. If you guys are looking for something entry level just to start off, why maybe you're doing your own stuff or doing friends and family. But as you get bigger carburetors and you start scaling, you're going to want something a little bit bigger. I'll also post a link to a bigger one in the description too. I don't know if LifeBasis is going to be mad that I do that, but I got to be honest with my viewers and saying, hey, listen, if you guys want something cheap right now, even the Harbor Freight one, as a matter of fact, let me just double check that. I believe the Harbor Freight one is $100 and it's a little bigger, but I've fried like 3 of those. But I've way overused the ultrasonic clean. These ones like this. Let's just Google it real quick. I'm just curious on how much. Oh, get out of here, coupons. Ultrasonic cleaner. Okay, the Central, the 2.5 liter. Yeah, $90. And it's this one right here, which I guess they're just as good. You will fry them if you use them all day long, like I try to use. So what I do recommend is if you guys want something that will get the job done while you build up some income, to buy a bigger ultrasonic cleaner. Matter of fact, in today's age, you really don't need it. It just is a time saver and a half, let me tell you. So I'm just going to be honest. 2 links in the description. Your choice. Get the cheap one. It does work. I mean, shit, you can't. Results are results. But I wouldn't buy it myself for what I do on a daily basis. And that's just my honest opinion. Thank you, LifeBasis, for sending me out this ultrasonic cleaner. If you guys have a bigger one or any more tools you guys want, hit me up. I'm gonna be honest, there's some cons with this one. I like the fact that it's quiet and it heats up slow. Just trying to be honest. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me know down below what you guys think about ultrasonic cleaners. Don't forget, Dawn dish soap is the best ultrasonic cleaner ever. Nothing else is right. Just use Dawn dish soap. But have a good day.